Hey, my feel good friend, and welcome to another mini-sode of the Feel Good Social podcast. I promised I would show up more for these mini-sodes. I'm doing it. Although last time I said, 2 weeks in that I was doing it, I'm like, yeah, we got this. And then I skipped a week, of course. So, planning on doing one for next week. We will see if this happens. However, if this is your first mini-sode, these are basically quick and actionable episodes where I talk really fast and I try to just dish up all of the quick actionable tips that you can implement this week for your brand, right? And in today's mini-sode, I am sharing 3 easy reels that you can create in 5 minutes. If you haven't listened to this week's long episode, in February, I did a 30 days of reels challenge that I kind of spur of the moment set for myself. And in this week's long episode, I share lots of insights and takeaways from doing 30 days of reels, what I saw happen, what I recommend, all that different stuff. So if you're interested in learning more reels strategy plus what happened, definitely head back and listen to episode 113 for sure. But in today's mini-sode, I am sharing 3 real ideas that you can just create in 5 minutes for your brand. Okay. We're keeping it quick, easy, simple. And actually, these are all reels that I have created for Feel Good Social in some way. So if you look in the show notes, I have actually linked 3 different reels that kind of give an example of these 3 types of reels that you can create for your brand. And if you click through them to Instagram, you will be able to save the audio that I use and reuse it yourself, which is pretty cool, right? So definitely, if you're interested in creating any of these reels that I'm talking about today, click through in the show notes, save the audio in the example reels that I share with you. And also, while you're over on Instagram, why not give Feel Good Social a follow? I'm always encouraging you to do this, but it's because I really want to connect with you in real life, virtual style, right? But I think that connecting on Instagram would be super amazing because then we can have a back and forth conversation. Then we can follow each other and give each other love and support each other and all that jazz. So while you're over on Instagram, make sure you give Feel Good Social a follow and make sure that you send me a message and just introduce yourself. Tell me that you're coming from the Feel Good Social podcast because I will be sure to give you a follow back because I love following my listeners, my friend. And I do try to follow most people who follow me, but it doesn't always happen. So if you send me a Feel Good Social message, then I will definitely give you a follow back, okay? Okay, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into 3 easy reels you can create in 5 minutes for your brand. Hey friend, and welcome to the Feel Good Social podcast. I'm your host, Kinsey, and I'm here to help you market your business in a genuine way that works without wasting your precious time. On this show, we chat about social media strategy and mindset tips with a focus on, you guessed it, feeling good. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some genuine conversation for the good of your biz. All right, my friend. So as per usual with the mini-sodes, you might want to grab a pen and paper to jot down ideas as they come to you. And I'm going to be talking super fast, or try to at least. So just get ready for it because I'm going to try to keep this episode as quick as possible, right? But before we dive into the 3 easy reels that you can create in 5 minutes for your brand, I do just quickly want to give you permission to take reels on slowly if you want to, right? Like it is okay to release the pressure that either you're putting on yourself or you're feeling from other social media marketers online to create reels daily, every day, this type of reel, that type of reel, blah, 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 like whatever. Okay. So if you listen to this week's longer episode, I do share that like the Reels content creation process was easier and more fun than I expected, but were Reels the end all be all of social media? Like, no. Like, I personally think that moving forward, your best bet for content creation is creating a mixture of reels and carousels. But ultimately, we just want to start showing up. We just want to start practicing showing up, right? I think it's a good idea to start dabbling in reels because they're actually easier and more fun than I thought they were going to be. And also, like, they do get the best reach online right now. So might as well start practicing creating reels and you'll get better and better at it. But also don't feel the pressure to like show up and like do it every day or show up and like be perfect immediately or show up and like make the most complicated reel ever for like a first reel. No, that doesn't need to happen, which is why I'm sharing the 3 easy reels that you can create in 5 minutes for your brand today. Okay, let's go ahead and move into the first reel that you can create in 5 minutes. I'm being serious too when I say that these can be done in 5 minutes, my friend. I'm not being overly ambitious or anything like that. You can do this in 5 minutes, okay? So the first one is a quote reel, which is basically just like a quote text slapped on top of a video of some sort, right? And this can be done in a lot of different ways. Actually, this month in the Feel Good Social Club, I added several reels, quote, templates, for your brand that you can customize. So there's lots of templates in there already. If you want to join the Feel Good Social Club, it's feelgoodsocial.com/club. Check it out. You can join today. I would love to have you in there, my friend, and you'll immediately gain access to all of our Canva templates inside there to use for your brand. But, you know, it could be as simple as slapping just like text on top of a stock video or a video of you, or you could find like a cool kind of wavy looking background or something like that. But it's just super easy. Just find a quote that is either relatable or inspiring for your ideal customers and kind of relates to your brand or industry, and then share it as a reel. You can make the background video like 3 seconds if you want to. Then the reel will loop and you'll get actually more views. That's kind of a strategy people have been talking about. I don't know if it works very well or not, but yeah, basically just like a video with like text slapped on top. You don't have to really edit the text or anything like that. Super easy. So for the Feel Good Social example post I've linked below, it's this reel that I created. I was kind of proud of it, but it's like very simple. I think that there will probably be 2 camps, people who love it and people who are like, this is dumb. But it's basically, the quote says, let's normalize being normal. Okay. It's like a font quote that I just like created in Canva and I slapped it on top of the video that I recorded. I recorded like a 10-second video of me. Okay, so here's how it looks. It basically starts out as like this cool kind of looking like blurry, like colors, like background kind of thing. And then slowly the video starts zooming out and you realize that it is like my super hairy pants, like my super hairy yoga pants and stuff, like with dog hair and Kinsey hair all over them and stuff, right? And the quote says, let's normalize being normal. And I paired it with an audio that's just like kind of a beat drop of some sort, right? So it's like building tension in the audio, while it's like the blurry background, right? When I'm like holding my phone super close to my pants, so you can't even tell what the background is. And then I slowly zoom out and you can tell it's like hair and stuff. And that's like when the beat drops and it's like, dun, dun, dun. I don't know what the beat is, but basically it was so easy to create and it actually performed really well on Instagram. I think people just appreciated the realness, you know, and it's kind of like a different idea in a way, right? So feel free to like recreate that reel for yourself. If that resonates with your audience, go for it. I don't care. Make sure you tag me if you want to, because I'd love to see it and like comment on it, right? I'm at Feel Good Social, by the way. But also like you can do that with like a different type of quote. In the Feel Good Social Club, I added several quote templates. Ooh, one of the ones I really like is this stock video of this lady like on the top of a mountain and the camera, it must have been a drone. The camera's like swirling around her, you know? And the text I added on top of it said like, the mountains are calling. And then in like script font, it typewriters out and I must go. Ugh, I like that one a lot. It's just kind of fun looking and stuff. And I like how the graphic plays with the video and all that different stuff. But that one's available in the Feel Good Social Club. I added lots and lots of other just like quote graphics for reels in the club. If you want to customize them to your brand, it's feelgoodsocial.com/club to check it out and join today if you want to. But that is the first easy reel that you can create in 5 minutes, literally. Okay. The second reel you can create in 5 minutes is a one-take audio voiceover. So if you consume reels at all on Instagram, you've probably seen quite a few people doing like the audio mimicky voiceover things. I've done quite a few with like The Office. I did an Austin Powers one. It's just basically like you recording yourself mimicking the audio voiceover from someone else. And it's just kind of usually relatable and funny, kind of like meme-y. And sometimes these voiceovers require a little bit more editing or like transitions or something like that. It's like sometimes they require different multiple clips. And that can take a little bit longer to figure out and stuff. The Austin Powers one that I did, it was like 2 characters. It was like Austin Powers talking to himself. And in one, he looks like kind of frumpy. And then the other, he looks like very good or whatever. And I did it for myself looking like before coffee and after coffee. You know what I mean? But that editing back and forth took a little bit longer just because I had to play 2 characters and all that different stuff. It's fun to do, but it's not necessary. There's a lot of one-take audio voiceover reels that you can create that it's basically just like you hit record, you do the audio voiceover, you probably like slap a text box on top of there to like make a statement and or give some closed captions or something like that, and you're done, right? And that can be done in 5 minutes, especially if you let go of your need to be perfect. Okay. So just have to throw that out there. Let go of that need to be perfect, my friend, because it doesn't have to happen. But I have linked below an audio example of this like one-take audio voiceover. It's pretty fun. I actually am using like the Feel Good Social podcast mic that I have to create the clip. I don't know, to add to it or whatever. But I chose an audio example that I think most of us could use for our brand, right? So basically in like a newscaster voice, this audio voiceover is saying, I just got word that there's a 99% chance that today you're going to crush it. I did not do it as good as like the audio voiceover sounded like. You'll hear the audio if you go ahead and click through to that example post on Instagram and see it. But I think most of us could actually use this audio in our business, right? I just got word that there's 99% chance that today you're going to crush it. It's like a motivational audio that could pretty much be used for any business, right? If you're trying to like encourage your ideal customers. So if this audio does resonate with you, I definitely encourage you to recreate this reel. I basically like I'm holding the Feel Good Social podcast mic and I like turn to the camera and I just like say it, say the audio and then post it. You know what I mean? And you compare it with a caption that's like, you got this, girl, or whatever it is. You can probably be a little bit more expansive than that if you want to, but it's something that you can create in 5 minutes, super easily. And just, there's a reel, you know, you created a reel, you did it, good on you. Okay. The third reel that you can create in 5 minutes is dancing with a hot tip. Or multiple hot tips. And I know some of us, you know, don't feel too great about dancing. We have had this discussion in the Feel Good Social Club. Some of us are like, yeah, give me those moves. And then some of us are like, you freaking try to make me dance and I'm going to stab you. No, I'm kidding. Like, that's not what... That is not the discussion we've had. But seriously, like some people are not into dancing. And I totally feel you on that. That is okay. I myself am into dancing and I am not a very good dancer, as you will see in this example reel, but I own it and I'm cool with it. But this is something that you could easily create in 5 minutes. And if you're not into dancing, I actually just created kind of like a collab reel with a lot of my Feel Good Social Club members, showcasing all of them. Well, not all of our members, but I don't know, 16, 18 members for 3 seconds. They're all kind of doing their own thing. Some of them just swayed. Some of them twirled, right? One of them like twirled in her computer chair, right? Some of them did dance and like got really into it and stuff like that. So there's different ways that you can like express yourself. That's a version of quote unquote dancing. there's twirling, there's typing on your computer even, I don't know, doing something that is like showing your face and like just showing you moving in some way. There's a lot of ways that you can express yourself that aren't like dancing, right? So whatever feels natural to you, just like showing you moving in some way to add movement to your reel. And then if you add text boxes on top of that, that's like giving one hot tip or multiple hot tips, right? In the example post that I'm sharing, it's pretty hilarious. It's definitely showcasing my awesome, dorky dance moves. It's actually like kind of a I don't know, ironic reel or just like goofy reel of me like dancing and like, oh, here's some dance moves for like non-dancers and reels. And like I'm labeling my different dance moves that I did to the song. I don't think they're real dance moves. I don't think that's really what they're called. But I have like different labels, quote unquote, tips that I go through, which takes a little extra time. But if you're like, I want to do this in like freaking just 5 minutes, that's okay too. If you're not a dancer, but you like work on your computer, do like a 3-second video of you typing on your computer and just have one text box slapped in the middle that's like hot tip and like a very quick and actionable tip that's 5 to 10 words. Not hard to read, not hard to consume, just super quick and actionable, right? Like for Feel Good Social, maybe it's always include a call to action or something like that, right? Just super quick, actionable, slap it in the middle there, and then pair it with a caption that's like just explaining your hot tip or your multiple hot tips. This is a reel that can be done in 5 minutes, my friend, and pair it with an audio. If you find a trending audio you like, great, but you can also just pair it with an audio that's like your favorite song or something. Like the audio does not have to be hard. So those are the 3 easy reels you can create in 5 minutes: a quote reel, a one-take audio voiceover, or a dancing with hot tips. If you want example posts, check the show notes below. I have definitely linked them, and feel free to recreate my reels or just use them as inspiration for yourself, save the audio, whatever. Plus, while you're over there, make sure that we are following each other. I'm at Feel Good Social. If you follow me, just send me a quick message, say, hey, I just listened to your podcast episode. I'm so glad we've connected. Send me that and I'll be sure to give you a follow back and send you some love back, because I'm so excited when I get to connect with my listeners over on Instagram. It is so fun for me. And believe me, I bring just as much energy to Instagram as I do to these podcast episodes. So I think if you like the podcast, we'll enjoy following each other on Instagram. Okay, my friend, without further ado, I'm going to let you go. I hope that you have a great rest of your week, and I will catch you next time I catch you. Thanks so much for listening, my friend. For show notes and a whole lot of other awesome freebies, visit feelgoodsocial.com. Simply go to feelgoodsocial.com for all the goods.